Hello everybody, welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. You've made it to the end of the work week, and thank you for joining me here on the channel today. If you're checking me out on YouTube or on TikTok, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate that. And we're going to talk about your weather forecast today and what we're going to see as we head into the weekend. There's a lot going on right now, so we got a little bit of a video for you guys today. Our city of the day is going to be Mobile, Alabama, and we're looking at Gulf Shores, Alabama right now. There's a view facing to the south. There's the beautiful Gulf of Mexico right there. We do see some mid and high level clouds drifting over the area right now. As you can look at the ground, you can tell that it's been wet. Look how shiny it looks, that there's a wet roads. A line of showers and storms have just recently moved through the area. Very quick line of showers and thunderstorms just rolled through. But for the remainder of the day, here in this area, we're going to be seeing some scattered showers. I don't anticipate any more severe weather for this area today because the storms that rolled through earlier worked over the atmosphere pretty good and helped to kind of stabilize things a little bit after that line of storms went through earlier in the morning today. So we will see some scattered showers for the remainder of your afternoon, but I don't anticipate severe weather for the western side of the Gulf of Mexico. Now, east side of Gulf of Mexico, the Texas, Florida, and the Florida Panhandle eastward to the Atlantic, I do anticipate that severe weather to be moving through your area, and those showers and storms and the potential for an isolated tornado exists as well. But I think for the western side of the Gulf, I think that threat now is diminishing as that line of showers and storms have recently rolled through your area. So let's move on with the rest of the forecast and talk more about the severe weather along the Gulf Coast today. And we're seeing that severe weather along the Gulf Coast. So let's take a look at our first map. And this is a radar shot right now as we're seeing those showers and storms to the east. You can see that line of storms moving into the Florida Panhandle right now. Those storms have just cleared the state of Alabama and Mississippi. New Orleans is just there to the west. You guys are just dealing with some scattered showers right now, but you don't see any more thunderstorms in this view. We do see a little bit of activity starting to develop over the southern tip of Texas here, but this is just general regular range. We're not seeing any thunderstorms here. I don't anticipate any severe weather coming up out of Texas today, but we might see a few showers right along the immediate Gulf Coast. So some beneficial rains for you folks along the Gulf Coast where you guys have been in the moderate to severe drought throughout most of the summer months and into the fall. So you will see some much needed rainfall. The tornado threat, I think, is going to be diminishing for the rest of the day too. Even across the state of Florida, an isolated tornado or two is still possible ahead of the frontal boundary, ahead of the low that's going to be moving to the east. But west of the low, I think things are going to be A-OK and starting to settle down for you guys. Here is the severe weather outlook for today, and we're going to see that potential for severe weather. Now, again, much of it, I think, is going to be diminishing now from southeastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and west Florida for today. But I think we're going to only see that potential in this region right here because the storms are yet to move through that area. But this is where I think our slight risk for severe weather and our 5% chance of a tornado is in that region there. So we're going to talk about another area that's getting some much needed rainfall. It's going to be Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands. If you can look at Honolulu, you can see this plume of moisture that's coming across the Pacific, and we have what's called a Kona low that is focused to the northwest of Hawaii, and this moisture plume is being pulled up from the south central Pacific from the tropics, so it's bringing that rainfall across northwestern. So Oahu and Maui, we're going to be seeing those showers and some thunderstorms as well. Much needed rain. Some of this rain is going to be quite heavy. That's going to be leading to some flooding. Now, eventually, this plume of moisture is going to shift the focus to the south and to the southeast. So I think maybe parts of the Big Island might pick up some of that rainfall as well. Some heavier amounts of rain. We've been seeing light showers on the mountain peaks. We've also been seeing some snow across the peaks of the Big Island. So the Mauna Loa volcano, we've been seeing some snow. So thinking of snow, let's talk about that potential of snow in Hawaii, where we could pick up to 5 inches of snow in 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts at the mountaintops there across the Big Island. So we can see that potential for snow on some of the mountaintops, where there's a winter weather advisory for the Mauna Loa mountain range there, for the mountains there in Hawaii, in the Big Island. And it's not unusual to see snow in the Big Island of Hawaii. It's not an unusual thing to see snow on the mountains there. It's quite common. So there you go with some winter weather for the Hawaiian Islands. So what is a kona low? A kona low is a large low-pressure system that is mostly semi-stationary, but it typically sets up west of Hawaii, of the Hawaiian Islands, and the winds will shift to the south around that low, and it will bring up lots of tropical moisture from the central Pacific to the islands, and it also produces very heavy rain and strong winds, and it can lead to flooding as well. And we also typically see these occur in the early fall to about early spring. So we only see it for basically the winter months in the northern hemisphere. We'll see these kona lows develop in that particular region. So a little bit of wet weather for the Hawaiian Islands. So we still have some rain to come. We're going to see about another 3 inches of rain over Maui, and we're going to see again another 1 to 2 inches of rain down to the Big Island as well. So eventually that plume of moisture is going to shift a bit to the central part of the islands and down toward the southeast, where we're going to see that rainfall affect areas where we have our burn areas from Maui, where we had the fire last summer. I think it was in August. A lot of damage happened to the vegetation, a lot of loose soil from that fire. So we're going to see the potential for mudslides and rock slides on the Maui, on the island of Maui, and where we saw those fires last summer. So not great news right there. Not great news. So the atmospheric river, which is kind of connected to that kona low, and the atmospheric river is going to be that plume of moisture that travels from the central Pacific across the ocean to the western U.S. So this time it's going to be focusing mostly on the Pacific Northwest, and we're going to see that lots of that tropical moisture from the Pacific, and that's going to fuel a lot of heavy rain and lead to a significant flood risk across the Pacific Northwest through Sunday. So we're going to see numerous storm systems traverse the area. So we're going to see heavy snow in the mountains, especially the Cascade Mountain Range is where we're going to see by far the most snow, and we're going to see that winter storm warning. For the interior areas in Nevada, eastern Oregon, eastern Washington, through Utah, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, even down to Colorado, much lighter snowfall amounts, but we're going to see some smaller areas. We can see winter storm warnings, but mostly winter weather advisories for you folks in those regions, as you're going to see lighter rainfall amounts. However, you will see high winds as well in some of those regions. Now, as we take a look at where the most of the snow is going to fall along the Cascade Mountain Range, where we could pick up as much as 48 inches of snow. So we're going to see a lot of areas in the higher elevations pick up between 36 to 48 inches in the snow. The rain department, we're going to see a lot of rain down in the coastal valleys and the lower mountain ranges down near the coastal sections in Oregon, Washington, and extreme northern California, where we can pick up as much as 8 to 12 inches of rain in some locations. Many of you will see at least 5 to 8 inches in some areas. So again, those isolated spots will pick up that 8 to 12 inches of rain. So a lot of heavy rain from Washington down through northwestern California. We have an overall flood watch for the Pacific Northwest as well. Puget Sound, west central Washington, northwestern Oregon, along the Columbia River. We're going to see that potential for that. Well, I'm sorry. Let me get this right. Northwestern Washington, including the Puget Sound. We're going to see that general flood watch for heavy rain and heavy snow. So we're going to see that heavy rain in the Cascades with the heavy snow in the higher elevations. Again, this is a very warm system, so the snow levels is like 9,000 feet. So in the lower elevations, you're going to see a lot of heavy rain. But what comes with the higher elevations is increased rainfall amounts because of orographic lifting, which is the lifting of the air. To lift the air, the storm over the mountains, it squeezes more moisture out of those clouds. So we're going to see heavier rain in Washington and parts of Oregon as well. So, but we have that flood watch over there in Oregon, in Washington. Say it over and over again until we get it straight. Okay, let's go to the East Coast now. Now in the East Coast, we got another storm that's been moving out of the Midwest. It's going to be moving into the Northeast. So by 2 o'clock this afternoon, this is Eastern time, we're going to see a big swath of rain across central New York that's going to be affecting eastern Pennsylvania through New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. We're going to see heavy rain, and we're going to see showers extending southeastward along the mountains there, along the Appalachian Mountain Range. So we're going to see scattered showers from Virginia down through the Carolinas, through the deep south as well. So a lot of rain on the East Coast to be had today, and we're going to see, this is what we're going to see on our radar at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern time. And then we're going to see more rain and snow for the northern areas. So we're going to see a lot of rain across the interior Northeast and along the coast as well. We're going to see a lot of that rainfall. Temperatures will be mostly in the 40s. A little bit warmer along the coast where we're going to see temperatures into the 50s and to the 60s as well. But further to the south, we're going to see, like in the Ohio Valley, we're going to see those temperatures in the mid-50s. But to the east, to the west, here where our colder areas, temperatures will be in the 30s. So Green Bay, we're going to see temperatures in the 30s. Kansas City, we will see temperatures in the 30s, and that's where we're going to start to see some of our snow. The good news is that this storm won't pack as much snow as the last storm did. More rain in this storm than snow, but we will see snow way up in the north. So Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Ontario, Canada, parts of Michigan, and Wisconsin, we're going to see snow through Monday, potentially there from this latest storm. Here's our snow still to come. So some areas we're going to see not too much in the way of snowfall totals. Some places will pick up less than an inch. A lot of some areas picking up 1 to 2 inches. A few places picking up 3 to 5 inches, especially in Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire, and upstate New York. I think will be the bulk of the snow where you can see that 3 to 5. But mostly everybody else will pick up less than an inch to 1 to 2 inches. So not too bad, all things considered, with this go around. My name is Mr. G. That was your weather forecast, as we had a little bit to talk about in this video. So thank you for watching. Leave your likes, comments, and concerns about the channel. Feel free to subscribe to me on TikTok and YouTube, okay? Have a good day, and I will see you guys. Well, I won't see you tomorrow because I got a lot of things to do tomorrow, but we'll see you on Sunday to talk about your Monday forecast.